Hey, Laker fans, how's everyone doing today? Obviously, not that great, clearly. I already kind of discussed it in my previous video how I felt going into game one against the Nuggets. And honestly, everything that I expected it to be was exactly what I expected it to be. Um, I knew that this was going to be a physical game, not only physical, but also difficult for us because like I said, we're coming off from playing with the Warriors, who are kind of a smaller team in size and aggressiveness, not as much as this team that we're about to play. And, I already had said my concerns. I actually even said that Ryu should have started, had more playing time. Thankfully, on the end of the stretch of that last game, he did get more playing time. However, very frustrating watching this game. Obviously, when you're watching, you can see the problems beforehand, but I didn't know it was this bad. Okay, I did not know it was this bad. So obviously, I was very pissed off about the second chance points that they had the whole entire game. I felt like the only person that was trying to get any rebounds was AD. I don't understand what is it going to take for people to see that there's obviously a deficit in size. Going with, I love all the players. Like I said, I love every single one of them. But this is just honesty. Going small with Reeves, D'Lo, and Schroeder, I don't think was a smart idea to begin with. Period. They're very small in comparison, and not even just like height difference, but also like build wise. Like they are clearly stacked on this team. So at what point when we were down at 20 points, I don't even know how high the largest deficit was, but it was disgusting at this point. Then finally, changes were made, and I'm hoping that these changes that we've seen in the fourth quarter open the coach's eyes and basically say, this is not going to work the way it's going to be that we have been doing. And obviously, this is a different team. We need a different lineup. So I really was watching this game screaming at the TV, like, somebody help him, help 80, because he cannot do everything by himself. Clearly, I didn't know it was this bad when I looked at the stats. So we literally had the lead once, and it was by 2 points. So yeah, I'm concerned. I'm hella concerned because when your biggest lead was the only lead you had, and it was by 2 points, that is concerning. That is a huge, big concern, especially considering that we've won every single game one that we played. So it is a big red flag for me because, you know, typically as a team, we're used to having them win game one and actually kind of knowing already a good game plan. So this is a big slap in the face, a big punch in the mouth, would you say? Either way, I'm trying to make this short. So basically, we Jovic was going to be the biggest problem no matter what, and we didn't have an answer. We didn't have an answer for 3 quarters. This man was just doing everything. Like we look like high school players playing against this man. This man did everything: rebound, assist, block. I mean, even like he barely got any blocks, but even then, it was just the man was everywhere. Like no, like I don't understand how AD could have done a better job because he couldn't. He literally did everything in a possible way on a one-on-one, and still this man had the best boards on this game. Period. Jovic played for I don't know how much time, but he had 21 rebounds and 14 fucking assists. 14 assists. That's not including the ones that he assisted that didn't get, points off. So this man was everywhere. That's all I needed to know. He was everywhere and he wasn't missing either. So it was exhausting watching this and knowing that this was going to be the man. This was going to be the man that I knew if you couldn't slow down or alter his game like Curry, this team was going to win no matter what. So game two needs to change big time. Obviously, switching Ryu in was the best thing ever. So going into game two, Ryu has to be starting. Has to. Because the momentum begins as that ball moves. And unless someone else is going to step it up and do a better job than Ryu had, AD was doing as much as he could. And yes, AD can do that matchup just fine to a certain extent and a certain degree when he's scoring points, getting rebounds, and doing everything. We need to switch it up. So clearly, that fourth quarter was probably the silent quarter for Jovic. But either way, he combined the amount of rebounds just alone by himself in comparison to the best two people that we had on our team, which was LeBron James, which I'm surprised. LeBron James and AD both won. AD had 11 and LeBron James had 12. Where is everybody else? LeBron James is almost fucking 40 years old. We don't need that kind of. I I love LeBron James, but if he's the only one that's doing this, there's something wrong with this lineup, and you need to change it. And you need to talk to these boys and say, "Hey, this 40-year-old man about to be 40 can't be doing this all by himself. You guys need to fucking step it up and wake the fuck up." Um, I was just astounded in the sense of the timing of everybody. Okay, so this is the starting five that I would prefer going into game two. You tell me what your thoughts are. Um, I like Walker, Reeves, James, AD, and Ryu. That's it. I don't want the others can be rotation in subbing them, but this is my starting. This is the people that I want having the most time because they have proven to me on a consistent basis that if they get playing time, they produce points and also assists in the sense of defense. So best of both worlds, what we need. Okay, D'Lo, I love D'Lo. I think he's a great person. However, he had 26 minutes. How many points? You ask how much points he had that game? He had 8 motherfucking points in 26 minutes. Okay, love that for myself. So Schroeder, great defensively to a certain degree, because the man, like I said, build wise, height wise, everything wise, he does his best, and he gives 110%. However, sometimes your matchups in that team, in the matchups that you get put on, you're not going to succeed no matter how hard you try. Sometimes, you know, natural ability is going to be, hard work. Okay. So he had 32 minutes, 6 points. And I love Schroeder, but he is scared to throw the goddamn ball, shoot the ball. And sometimes when he's under stress, he does really terrible passes. So I would like that to be diminished in his time of playing because his confidence is not there. Granted, you need confidence in a series. Like you are playing playoffs. This is not practice. This is not regular season games. So if you don't have the confidence, I need you out because you're just gonna make the whole thing a mess. Ryu, 28 minutes, 17 points. The man had 17 points. He was on the bench, 17 points. He was the fourth leading scorer on our team. Okay. AD, number one, LeBron, and Reeves. The rest didn't do shit for points, but Ryu did. And he's been consistent. That's the thing. He's been consistent. So there's no concern for me in the sense of, yes, if he has one or two bad games or one or two bad plays or one or two bad quarters, the overall benefit is better than just having him on the bench. Walker, 19 minutes, 6 points. I like Walker. He has a finesse about him. The only thing I will say in comparison to maybe Schroeder, I don't even know if, I would say that much, but Schroeder is very defensive in the sense of he will give 110%. Walker, I don't think I've seen enough to be like out in that. I think he can do both, and I think he deserves more playing time. So it was very frustrating, and I knew this was going to be an issue. So if we don't win game two, this is like a big deal. Going into game two, it has to be a must win. It's a must win. If we don't win, we lose the series. It is what it is. Like, I love this team to death, but you cannot go into game seven, think we're going to get into a game seven, and think we're going to win on a game seven at their home if we can't win any of these games. Like I said, thankfully, we did make a comeback. However, there's 4 quarters to a game. You play the whole 4 quarters or not at all, because clearly, I don't want to be watching until the wire and then, finally make a comeback. That's happens, and I'm happy either way, but that's not going to happen all the time. So we cannot be doing uphill battle for 3 quarters and then think our star players are not going to be exhausted, because they are. They're going to be exhausted trying to do everything possible. We need to do everything right from the beginning and then transition. And if Tristan Thompson is to come in and transition and give AD or, Ryu a time off, then do it. Something needs to change though, because this is going to be game 2, and this is literally, we need to treat it like an elimination game, because game 3 and 4, when we get at home, yes, most likely we'll be in a better chance of winning those games. But even then, we had struggle to keep a lead in any of these games. So the fact that we can't even get a lead in this series already in game one is concerning for me. So yeah, I don't know. I love y'all guys, but like you guys, oh no, we'll be fine. Game six, Lakers. No, like I am not delusional. I am not a delusional person because I know for a fact that we don't have consistency. And if we're relying on our oldest player and our other possibly injury prone player, we're going to be fucking out of luck. So I need people to step it up. And yes, people have been stepping up here and there, but I need consistency. And I think that's the only way we'll win. Either way, this team is definitely someone to be scared of, whether we win or whether we lose. Whoever has to go against them, I don't know. I mean, if they're going to play again like this, game two, just give them the finals, give them the crown, give them everything, give them the fucking trophy because I've seen enough. I mean, and I should have realized that if it was gonna be anybody to knock KD and Booker out, this is the team, and it makes perfect sense. I didn't watch the whole series at all. I watched snippets, but this makes sense. This man is a fucking beast. So we need to do something to this beast because if not, we're gonna end up watching it in Cancun. And either way, like I said, they've already met my expectations of how far we've made it. I just hope for a better, fight out in game two and consistency, not fourth quarter comeback. All right, guys, tell me what you guys think and what you think your starting lineup would be if you were Ham and wanted to make the adjustments.